Joining us now, former Philadelphia Police Commissioner and former Washington, D.C. Police Chief Charles Ramsey. Always good to have you with us, to have your expertise in these moments.
Chief Ramsey, you know the politics of gun and gun control measures in this country. When I speak, for instance, to police in a city like New York, they say quite simply, more guns equal more gun violence. You led police departments in two major cities in this country that have their experience of gun violence. What's your view?
Well, there have to be some reasonable safeguards and controls on firearms. Listen, people hide behind the Second Amendment. But do you really think the Founding Fathers would be okay with what's going on right now, with people entering schools and slaughtering children, going into grocery stores, slaughtering people, going into places of worship and slaughtering people? I don't think so. And so whereas the right to bear arms is one thing, that doesn't mean that there shouldn't be some controls in place to do everything you can to prevent the wrong people from getting their hands on firearms. And so background checks, dealing with people that are suffering from certain forms of mental illness where they don't make good decisions. I mean, why should an 18-year-old be able to go in and buy an assault weapon? I mean, if you're 18-year-old and you want to handle an assault weapon, join the Army. I mean, so there are things that we can do, rather than just say, well, there's nothing we can do because of the Second Amendment. We've got elected officials that, for whatever reason, just do not take action. I personally think they care more about money and their own personal power than they do about the lives of the people in this country that are being lost every single day, not in mass shootings, but 1, 2, 3 at a time on streets of our city. And we've got to do something about it. It's ridiculous. It is an epidemic.
Do you have the sense that some of the lawmakers that you're referencing, that they want to engage with someone like yourself who has such important experience, right? Having led departments in major cities. Do you sense that they want to hear what you have to say?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I mean, listen, I'm not the first person to say this. I mean, where are they? They're quiet right now. I mean, they're not going to say anything. They're going to kind of hunker down because they count on one thing, and that is the short memories that the American people have. We're all upset about it. We're talking about this right now. What are we going to be talking about 10 days from now? And so they bank on the fact that people will not remember. But see, this is an important period of time. This is an election year. And it is time for people to really take this seriously and ask those questions to people that are running. And we're not trying to get rid of all guns, but you aren't in favor of background checks. You aren't in favor of doing everything you can to get guns out of the hands of people. You aren't for getting rid of ghost guns, for getting rid of the attachments that can turn a semi-automatic into a fully automatic firearm. I mean, where do you stand on these things? And kick them out. Kick them out. It's, we've got to do something, not a moment of silence. This is the time for a moment for loud voices to really be heard and let people know exactly how we feel. Enough's enough. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest with you. I think we'll be doing this again. The only question is when and where. And next time, anybody who's watching, it could be your child, it could be your parent, your brother or sister who's slaughtered in one of these mass shooting incidents.
Well, Chief Ramsey, I was thinking that very same thing last night. Where next? And sadly, how close to home? Always good to have you on.
Yep.
Appreciate you joining this morning.
Thank you.